The Silly Socks Serenade. In the jumbled town of Jumblewood, there was a tiny elf named Eli. Eli was famous for two things: his enormous glasses that made his eyes look thrice their size, and his unmatched collection of silly socks. They were tall, short, fluffy, thin, polka-dotted, striped, you name it, Eli had it. One day, Eli woke up to a disaster. His favorite pair of socks, the rainbow ones with tiny unicorns, were missing. Eli was in a pickle. He couldn't start his day without those socks. His friend Oscar the Owl flew in, hearing Eli's woeful sighs. "Woo-woo, Eli, what's wrong?" Oscar asked. "My unicorn socks, they're missing," Eli wailed. "Woo, no, let's find them," Oscar said, excited about a mini adventure. They started their sock hunt. First, they checked the sock drawer, but found only an embarrassed mouse nibbling on cheese. Next, they searched under Eli's bed, but only found a dusty old book about the history of toothbrushes. Yawn! Then they checked the laundry, but found only Mr. Mittens, the cat from next door, taking a nap in the warm clothes. They even looked inside Eli's shoes, but only found tiny pebbles. No unicorn socks in sight. "Oh dear," Eli moaned. "Where could they be?" Just then they heard a squishy, squelchy sound coming from outside. They rushed out to see what was making that strange sound. There, in the middle of Jumblewood Square, they saw the most surprising sight: a parade of ducks all wearing Eli's silly socks. And leading the parade was a very proud duck sporting Eli's missing unicorn socks. "What the quack?" Eli shouted. The ducks quacked cheerfully, flapping their sock-covered feet in a funny duck dance. The sight was so silly that Eli and Oscar couldn't help but laugh until their bellies ached. But how to get the socks back? Eli had a funny idea. He picked up a feathered hat, a polka-dotted bow tie, and his tiny banjo. He marched right up to the ducks, playing a goofy, off-key tune on his banjo. The ducks paused, cocking their heads. Eli began to sing the silliest serenade the ducks had ever heard, filled with quacks, waddles, and duck-sized giggles. The ducks were quacking up in no time, rolling over with laughter. In the midst of the hilarity, the unicorn socks slipped off the leading duck's feet. Eli swooped down and reclaimed his favorite socks, thanking the duck with a jolly wink. That night, Eli snuggled into his bed, unicorn socks warming his toes, and smiled. "Well, that was a quacking crazy day," he chuckled. From that day on, Eli's socks stayed firmly in his drawer, but every now and then he'd lend a pair to the ducks for their funny little parade, and they would all share a good, hearty laugh in Jumblewood. And so, in the jumbled little town, the socks became a symbol of joy, laughter, and a bit of welcomed silliness, all thanks to a tiny elf, a wise owl, and a parade of sock-loving ducks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel.